That was weird. Everyone here? Everyone here? Yeah, that was weird. Hey, Rebecca. You're here? Weirdly, I might have two separate streams open right now. Hold on. Yeah, I somehow have two separate streams open right now. Yep, well, I don't know what the fuck happened. It crashed on me. It was on my iPad and first was on my TV. Like, it closed on me, and then I reopened it, and it's... I don't fucking know. Double stream yet. Apparently that's just what I'm gonna be doing now. I'm just gonna be streaming two times. Just gonna be streaming double. YouTube's weird. Fucking whatever. Uncle Buck is saying to go out and come back in. Catherine! Thank you for 10 more gift memberships, Catherine! And congratulations to El Drosophilia, Ziploc Fresh, Saint Bogan Ratty, Mark O'Shaughnessy, Lee Tokyo, Kenzie, Hippie Piece, and Smoking Beauty. Which is only 9 people. Where's the last gift membership? YouTube? You can't see the other chat? It's thinking, apparently so. Alright. Should close one of these. Fuck it. Fuck it, whatever. I'll just have two streams going at the same time, whatever, I don't really... I don't want to risk closing one of them, and, like, it closes both of them, and then I have to restart a third time, or, like, I don't want to take any risks right now. Hi, Jay. Alright, continuing on. I get it, Forney, but she's coming all the way here.
気の抜けた演奏を聴かせてがっかりさせるのね。
Turned on live chat on my TV. Is that Fruit Cup? That is Fruit Cup! You'll only disappoint her if you keep playing like that. That won't happen necessarily.
仮にならないとしても、少しだけ休んで何か食べなきゃ体が持たないよ。
Even if it doesn't, your body will shut down soon if you don't rest or eat something.
それからでも遅くはないんじゃない？
You'll still have time to practice after that, won't you? Okay. Now that Forney mentioned it, I realized I was feeling a little hungry. To make sure that I was ready no matter when Lise came, I'd sat at the Fortel the whole afternoon. While I was having my meal, perhaps she'd show up. Whether she was late or not coming at all, there had to be some kind of reason. That's what I told myself as I stood up, trying to recall what I had left in the kitchen.
なんなら、私とアンサンブルする？
Do you want to perform an ensemble with me? I'll think about it. I prayed it wouldn't come to that. Whether I was aware of the fact or not, time simply kept passing. When I thought about Lisa and Arietta, a whole day would slip away before I realized it.
クリス、大丈夫？
Chris, are you okay? There's nothing wrong with me. You're back in the other chat. Hurrah! I was still lying in bed. Yesterday was the day Lise came. Or rather, Lise was supposed to come yesterday, and I waited for her in this room, alone. Forney was there, of course, sustaining me with small talk. To some extent, this was not an unexpected outcome. Perhaps Grave had found out about us and prevented Lise from leaving the house. I didn't even know where she lived, so I had no way to get in touch with her. All I could do was wait, and that's how time passed. The one silver lining was that I had plenty of time to think about Arietta.
なら起きてお昼ご飯でも食べれば?
In that case, how about getting out of bed and having some lunch? It's time for lunch already?
もう2時半だよ。朝はいつも通り起きたくせにずっとふてくされてるんだもん。リセにすっぽかされたのがそんなにショック?
It's 2:30? You were awake in the morning as usual, but you've been wallowing this whole time. Was it so shocking that Lise stood you up? Perhaps. Forney knew, of course, about Lise's planned visit yesterday. She hadn't been so direct yesterday, but seeing me staying in bed for 2 days probably made her lose all patience. Or perhaps she was trying to cheer me up. I hadn't told Forney about Grave, so that was the most she could do. Nor had I told her about Arietta.
もういい。夜になったらアンサンブルするから、それまでに何とかしておくんだからね。
Oh, I've had enough. There'll be an ensemble tonight, so you'd better pull yourself together before that. Sure. Seeing Forney behave normally helped calm me a little. But right away I started thinking about Lise and Arietta. Worrying about Lise's no-show. Feeling guilty about Arietta. They should have been separate issues, but they merged in my mind and I felt almost sick thinking about them. My feelings for Lise had slowly taken root and I wasn't even aware that they had done so. Perhaps the reason they had remained deep in my heart was because they had been pointed out abruptly by my teacher. But the more I thought about it, the more I couldn't stop recalling Lise, and the more my heart ached. My feelings for Arietta were still the same. Separately, I also realized that I had fallen for Lise. What if Lise didn't think of anything of me? But I came to see that such thoughts were no more than attempts to run away from my feelings. So what should I do? The fact remained that I'd betrayed Ari. By that time, it was no more than a matter of feelings, but this matter had to be resolved. Before it started to get dark, I finally got out of bed and had a late lunch. I probably didn't need dinner after this. Our vacation started yesterday, so I could eat whenever I got hungry. If I wasn't hungry, I didn't have to eat. After washing up, I went to get Ari's letter from the mailbox. I removed Ari's letter from its beautiful envelope, as always.
クリス、そちらは今も雨が降っていますか?
Dear Chris, I wonder, is it still raining there as you read this letter?
こちらは相変わらずのいい天気です。
The weather here is lovely, as usual.
今日はナターレのはずだけど、ちゃんと教会にお祈りに行ったかな?
It's Natal today, and I wonder, did you go to church and pray?
去年までは私が一緒だったからよかったんだけど、今年はそれが少し心配です。
Up until last year, we'd always spent Natal together, so I'm a bit worried about this year.
クリスのことだから、朝早くは無理だろうね。
I know you're not a morning person, Chris.
やっぱり、お昼くらいにでも行ったのかな。
You must have gone in the afternoon, I guess.
私も同じくらいの時間にお祈りに行ってるはずだから、気持ちが通じ合えてるといいね。
That's about when I went to pray too, and I hope our thoughts were together as one.
今年のお手紙もこれで終わりです。
This is my last letter for the year.
なんて言っても、すぐに来年のお手紙が届いちゃうけどね。
In any case, next year's letter will be there very soon.
最近は クリスが帰ってきた時のことばかり考えています。
Recently, I've been thinking a lot about the last time you came back.
今年は会えなかったけど、変わりはないかなって。
I hope that nothing's changed, even though we can't meet this year.
音楽学院で学んで、ずっと音楽も上手くなってるのかなって。
I wonder if you've learned and become a better musician at the school.
また、クリスのフォルテールが聞きたいです。
I also want to hear you play the fortel, Chris.
泣きたくなるくらいに聞きたいです。
I want to hear it so much that it makes me cry.
そういえば、卒業演奏のパートナーには、トルタではなく、別の人を選んだのかな。
Speaking of which, I guess you picked someone other than Torta to be your graduation recital partner?
ちょっと予想が外れちゃったけど、それでもクリスが決めたのなら、それが最善だったんだと思うよ。
It's a little unexpected, but if that's your decision, then I believe it must be for the best.
私がいる場所は遠すぎて、この手紙が届くまでの間に、いろいろと変化してしまうから、何とも言えないんだけど。
I am so far away, and who can say what things may change by the time this letter gets to you?
でも、一つだけ分かっていることがあります。
But I know one thing for sure.
クリスは、自分が正しいと思うことをしてください。
Chris, do what you think is right.
たとえそれが、どんなことであろうとも。
No matter what that may be.
私は私で、クリスはクリスです。
I am my own person, as are you.
クリスが自分できちんと選んだ道を歩いてくれるのなら、私は何もかもを受け入れます。
As long as you choose your path carefully, there is nothing that I will not accept.
だから、もしも何かに迷ったときは、私の言ったことを思い出して。
And so, if you are ever at a loss, remember my words.
自分の正しいと思うことをしてください。
Chris, do what you think is right.
それが唯一の本当のお願いです。
That is my only true wish.
では、また来年。アリエッタ。
Until next year, Arietta. I was unable to write my response to that letter right away. Do what you think is right. Ari had written those words without knowing what was on my mind. If she had known, would she stop me, I wonder? Or would she say the same thing with a smile? No, I didn't even know what was right anymore. I definitely did not want to abandon Lise. That feeling grew stronger every time I recalled her singing by herself. But if asked whether that... Hey, yeah, Tylenol. Good job, Buttercup. Tylenol. But if asked whether that feeling was completely right, I had to say I didn't think so. I had no intention of giving up on Arietta either. But in the end, I would need to choose one or the other. It was nothing but an expectation, but it would probably become reality. My thoughts were with Lisa, and when I played the fortel for her, it sounded like the thoughts of a lover. That fact alone was enough to show that I had fallen for Lisa. And the more I became aware of that fact, the more space Lisa took up in my heart. I returned Ari's letter neatly to its envelope and left it on my desk without writing a reply. Thinking about Lisa had made me feel unsettled. I wonder where she was now. What was she doing? Grave was an excellent musician, certainly, but he was also very strict. I had become painfully aware of that by the second lecture. Someone who took such great pride in being a fortel player would never allow his daughter to choose a different path in life. I'm sure that until now, Lisa had not been able to mention her love of singing, and had been forced to practice the flotelle. I recalled, with absolute clarity, something I'd heard long ago. Is it okay if I sing? I'd asked her what she meant, but Lisa didn't want to talk about it, so I hadn't noticed then. Nor had I realized what it meant. But I realized it now. That's why I wanted to know where Lisa was, and what she was doing. Lisa. I looked around me. I was afraid that Forney would hear the words that had slipped out. But Forney was nowhere to be seen, even though she usually noticed the delivery of Ari's letters. Until Forney appears and speaks to me. I made up that meaningless rule and decided to leave my letter writing until that happened. I lay down on my bed again and waited for time to pass. Huh? Someone was knocking at the door. Who would come at this time? Or rather, on this day? I could only think of Torda, but I also hoped that it might be Lisa. I was still dressed from going out to retrieve the letter, so I went to the door and opened it. Hello. Hello. Lisa. I didn't realize my cheeks had grown warm. Relief. No, it was closer to happiness. A more accurate word popped into my head, but I chased it from my thoughts.
昨日はごめんなさい。
Sorry about yesterday. Ah, that's okay.
ちょっと足を怪我してしまって、それで安静にしていなくちゃいけなかったんです。
I injured my foot, so I had to rest and recover. Huh? Injured? Lisa seemed to have a slight limp. I returned to my senses at those words and held her hand as I welcomed her into the room. Are you okay? Did you walk all the way here?
はい。でも大丈夫です。
Yes, but I'm fine. Then I realized that Lisa was wet from the rain. How long did it take her to come here, I wonder? I'll bring you some towels. Wait here. I didn't care if the floor got wet. I made her sit down and went to get the towels. Here, dry your hair with this.
はい。
Okay. Lisa nodded with a look of surprise, as if unused to my forceful tone. I placed 2 or 3 dry towels on the desk, then went to the kitchen to prepare a warm drink. Lisa seemed to be carrying some kind of box, which she placed on the desk before taking a towel.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. Don't mention it. Quick, dry your hair. I was curious about the box, but my attention returned to getting the water boiling. While waiting, I returned to Lisa's side. So, what happened to your foot?
いえ、大したことはないんですけど、階段を踏み外してしまって。
It's nothing serious, but I missed a step on the stairs. Who hasn't been there? You know, you're distracted, you're not paying attention, and you just completely miss a step. Lisa removed her shoe, and even with her sock on, I could see the swelling. A bandage of some sort was tightly wound around it. Is that a bandage?
はい。でも固定するためなので、それほど悪くはないんです。
Yes, but it's just to keep things in place. It's not that bad, really. Been there? Yeah. But you didn't have to come all the way here today.
でも昨日の約束でしたので、先輩が心配してるかと。
But we promised to meet yesterday, I thought you might be worried. Well, I did worry. But if you're injured, we could have waited till you recovered.
でも、
But...
明日からずっと新年に学院が始まるまで、私、用事があってここに来れないんです。
Starting tomorrow, right up until school starts in the new year, I'll be busy and won't be able to come here. I see. Even so, you shouldn't force yourself to.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. Keeping bones in place, but it's nothing? Yeah. Anyway, hold on a sec. I returned to the kitchen to prepare a cafe latte. I hadn't warmed the milk, but thinking it might be easier to drink lukewarm, I poured some in. More importantly, she needed to get warm. Here you go. Drink this for a start.
はい。
Okay. I sat down across from her and waited for her to settle down. I was probably far more anxious than she was, but I decided not to say anything until she finished her drink.
ごちそうさま。
That was nice. Lise looked into my eyes as she placed the cup on the desk.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you. You're welcome. By that time, I was feeling a lot calmer and had finished my own cup of coffee. But, is your foot really okay?
ここまで歩いて来られたくらいですから。
I was able to walk here, so I'd say yes. If you say so.
昨日は本当にごめんなさい。
I'm really sorry about yesterday. It's fine, really. You didn't come here just to say that, did you?
それもあるんですけど、あと一つだけ。
That and one other thing. What is it?
その、お詫びというか、ケーキを買ってきたんです。だから一緒に食べませんか？
It's a kind of apology, I guess. I bought a cake. Shall we? Cake? Cake? Chris will definitely eat your cake. That was horrible. She looks like she's like 14. She hurt her foot from running away from her dad, probably. Or trying to sneak away from her dad, maybe. Yeah, she might have been trying to sneak away from her dad and... Like, I don't think her dad's abusive or anything like that. Strict, but... I doubt she'd need to actively run from him. Yeah, she probably is 18. Like, she probably is supposed to be 18, I would think. You know, like a music academy. She's probably supposed to be 18. Because music academy would suggest, like, you know, like a post-secondary education. But she genuinely looks like 12, if that. Like, I said 14 earlier, but she doesn't even look that old. She looks like she's maybe 12. Somewhere between 8 and 12. You know? She looks like a literal child. So joking about her cake makes me deeply uncomfortable.
Hi. そこで買ってきただけなんですけど、美味しいと評判のお店らしいので。
Yes, I just bought it from that store. The one that everyone says is nice. This box?
はい。先輩はもうご飯は食べましたか？お腹がいっぱいなら別に。
Yes, have you eaten? If you're full, there's no need to. Actually, I haven't had dinner yet, so the timing is just right.
え？だってもう10時を過ぎてますよ。
Huh? But it's already past 10. It's that late?
気づかなかったんですか？
You didn't notice? Look. When it's a day off, when it's a day where you don't have to do jack shit, let Chris have his cake and eat it too. Like, there are absolutely days. I mean, shit. I try to, like, come on here, like, for 8 o'clock every night, and there's still days where I fucking nearly lose track of time. Yay, depression! I was asleep.
それで寝癖が少しついているんですね。
So that's why your hair is a bit out of shape. Lise smiled brightly as she spoke. Outside of her singing, it was rare to see Lise smile like that. Even if she were only making fun of me, I still felt a pure joy. I'll make some tea then. Lise, you must have eaten your dinner a lot earlier, I imagine?
はい。
Yes. Then could you cut the cake while I get the tea going?
はい。
Sure. I got a knife and some small plates, which I passed to Lise.
こうかな。
I think this is right. Behind me, Lise was speaking very softly. I turned around to see what she was doing and found her gripping a knife dangerously, about to cut the whole-shaped cake. Lise? I was just a little bit worried, but Lise was so absorbed in her task she didn't seem to hear me. Yeah, gripping a knife dangerously is not...
これをこうかな。
Okay, here we go. She was a girl, so I decided it was okay to leave the cake cutting to her, and I went back to the kitchen. What?! Coffee, tea. They're gonna be all hyped up. And cake! Coffee, tea, and cake! She was a girl, so I decided what, girls are just inherently good at cutting things? Wow. Just ask Lorena Bob. Fuck. That was probably inappropriate. And then... nearly in tears, Lise presented me with a slice of cake.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry. It's okay. Her hands must have been really shaking, It looked like it had been cut with a jigsaw and was practically squashed. Look. It doesn't need to look pretty. It's all gonna end up the same. It's all going in my mouth one way or the other. Her cake is probably better than ours. Hell no. Uncle Buck. Ari works at a bakery. I don't think it's possible to work at a bakery without getting caked up. Technical difficulties?
ごめんなさい。実はこういうの慣れてなくて。
You miss carbs? You miss carbs, Catherine? Aaliyah, do I have another YouTube channel? Just this one? Just this one. This is my only YouTube channel. I do not need another YouTube channel. I do have a Patreon. Lots of interesting stuff on that. Me reacting to stuff that I wouldn't be able to react to on here because it would be copyrighted. So, cartoons, corner gas, music. Just a couple days ago, I did I recorded a reaction to the new Metric album, which is great. The new Metric album is very good. I'm sorry, actually. I'm not used to this sort of thing. You mean cutting?
はい。
Yes. Then you should have told me.
でも
Worth it. 240 pounds lost. Build my own BBL with weights. Just a little more weight to go. But I cook for myself sometimes, so I'm not bad with cutting things. Don't tell me you've never held a knife before. I mean, probably like for cutting her meal, like, you know, cutting a piece of meat or something.
はい。
That's right. I meant that as a joke, but Lise nodded her head in embarrassment. I see. Well then, for a first-timer, I think you did quite well. That wasn't the best or most subtle attempt at flattery, but Lise's face lit up, as if she couldn't contain her joy.
そうですか?
Really? Yeah, some try not to laugh stuff. Yeah. Come to think of it, she was born with a silver spoon, right? She didn't normally give off that vibe, but this moment of unguarded joy made her look so much like a princess it was hilarious. Come on, Lisa, you need to eat too. Okay. Still smiling, Whoops. Still smiling, Lise started on her own piece of cake. One look at her plate showed that her slice was even more mangled. It had fallen on its side, and almost all the cream was on the plate. She was scooping it up with her fork, and somehow it just didn't look delicious. Is it delicious?
はい。
Yes. Uh-oh, she's got a piece of cream. She's got a little bit of cream on her. Yes, delicious, isn't it? Logically, the taste shouldn't change. Appearances didn't matter, it was all the same inside your mouth. Exactly. Yes, it's delicious. Thanks to a little mind over matter, the cake actually tasted good. Or perhaps it was because Lise was here, enjoying herself as I'd never seen her do before. That probably made me happy too. And deep in my heart, I apologize for the infidelity of such thoughts. To both Lise and Arietta. Before Lise's smile clouded over, I managed to restore my smile. Hold on, you have some cream on you. It had been there from the start, but I chose not to mention it until now. I told her to keep still and wiped it off with my finger. I thought about what to do with the cream for a moment, then put it in my mouth. I mean... still good, even if it came off somebody's face. I had thought that it'd be embarrassing to bring it to Lise's lips. But this was pretty embarrassing as well. Nothing. Lise returned to her cake. Lick it, Chris. I mean, if you're worried about what to do with it, then napkins exist for a reason, you know? That's why napkins exist. Or just, like, wipe it on your plate. Yeah, just be like... Yeah, wipe it off her face and then wipe it on your plate. I felt her eyes on me from time to time, and when she looked away, I'd look at her face instead. Pressure washer. Well, thank you for inviting me over. The pleasure was mine, and thank you for the delicious cake. Well then, I'll walk you to your house. Oh no, it's a long way. All the more reason I should go with you. But... I'm worried about your foot. If I go with you, it'll set my mind at ease. That might have been a little too sly. It was true that I was worried, but I knew that Lise couldn't say no if I phrased things that way. And that was the reason she walked all the way here, despite her injury. Let's get an umbrella in town, okay? Okay. Lise nodded, looking at the ground. Thank you. So I'm pretty sure I won't finish Lise's path this week. This game's longer than I thought. Lise had arrived at my room after 10. It was still the same day, but it was fairly late. How are you for time? Huh? Time? I think it should be okay, but... We chose streets with shelter, ones that led to the main street. You think? What's wrong? Well, I didn't tell anyone. I just sneaked out. And that's okay? Yes, as long as no one finds out. Yeah. Yeah. It's only a crime if you get caught. That may be so, but... I'm very lost, but it is fun to play a game while you're playing a game. We reached the main street and I bought an umbrella, but there wasn't a chance to use it just yet. There weren't many houses with eaves between my room and here, and probably between the new district and Lisei's home. That's why we wouldn't need the umbrella until we got to the new district. Lisei, do you often sneak out like this?
いえ、これが初めてです。
Not at all. This is my first time. You'll be scolded if they find out, huh?
それは。でも、見つからなければ大丈夫ですから。
Well, but it'll be fine if they don't. I'm sorry if worrying about me made you do something so risky.
いえ、いいんです。私がそうしたかっただけなので。
No, it's fine. I wanted to do this. Okay. Lisei sounded unusually forceful. Her face turned red. That confirmed it. It wasn't just me. Lisei liked me in return as well. Of course, we performed ensembles together before, so I knew that she didn't dislike me. But Lisei was unable to hide her positive emotions. And I was unable to pretend that I didn't notice them. Or the fact that it was Lisei and not Ariete who was uppermost in my mind.
Ah, ここまででいいですから。
Here is fine. What do you mean?
だって夜も遅いですから。
It's so late. That's why I'm here.
でも。
But let me walk you to your door. I'll be really worried otherwise. Lisei actually walked without too much trouble, just slowly due to the constraint of the bandage. I wish they would do a remake of OG Roller Coaster Tycoon, but Jurassic Park style. Why don't we have that? Like, remake Roller Coaster Tycoon, but throw dinosaurs in? You want a version of Roller Coaster Tycoon that has dinosaurs in it? Is that what you're saying, Catherine? Because that probably would be pretty fun. That would probably be pretty cool. There were times when she almost tripped, and I gave her my hand many times for support. But you make your own Jurassic Parks? Ah. Oh, so you want to have like a, you know, one of those types of games, but it's Jurassic Park. Dinos and roller coasters. It'd be dope. And then the goal is to see how long you can go before disaster strikes. Like, it always ends in disaster. No matter what you do, at some point, it ends in disaster. You just have to go as long as you can before disaster strikes and the dinosaurs get out and start killing people. Where you actually build the dino exhibits. Because I feel like that is crucial to Jurassic Park. Like, I feel like that's crucial to the entire premise of Jurassic Park, is that shit goes wrong. It is a terrible idea. Why doesn't she just say she doesn't want to get busted with a boy late at night? That is a fair point, Uncle Buck. You don't have to worry about me.
わかりました。
Alright. She's hoping not to get busted at all, I think is the point. Like, her plan is to sneak back in without anybody realizing she ever left. We started walking again. It looked like for the first time since coming to this city, an umbrella would be of some use. Here it is. Lise looked up at me as if gauging my reaction. I knew somehow what she was trying to get at. You could tell instantly that it was a magnificent house. Around here, a little ways into the new district, all buildings were large and grand. Noticeably grander than all of them, however, was Lise's house. If I thought of it as Grave's house, that made complete sense. Up until that point, I hadn't thought very much about the relationship between Lise and Grave. Even as I pretended that I understood, seeing the reality of it before my eyes filled me with a sense of dissonance. Then again, I'd probably get used to it soon, and with that thought I turned to Lise.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry. For what?
お父様のこと知ってたんですよね。
You knew about my father, right? Yes, I found out about the same time as I learned about the Fortel course.
隠すつもりはなかったんですけど、
I didn't mean to keep it from you. There's no need to worry about that. Instead, if you knew about what happened, then...
お父様から、話はされました。
I heard about it from father. And you...
でも私は、歌が...
But Lise was trembling, but her voice was firm.
歌が好きなんです。
I like singing. Yes.
私、歌ってもいいんですか?
Is it okay if I sing? Yes.
本当に?
Really? Yes, of course. You're free to do so. If you really want to sing, then I think you should sing.
クリス先輩、ありがとうございます。これからもよろしくお願いします。
Chris, thank you for everything that will come to. Lise turned bright red, but she spoke clearly.
パートナーとして。
As partners. Thank you, Lise. I look forward to it as well. I bowed in response to Lise's over-the-top bow. I wasn't able to ask about her plans for the next few days, but I made her take the umbrella and watched her go inside. My feelings were probably fixed at that time. I had to write my letter to Arietta after that. It was going to be a cruel letter, one that she'd never hoped for. What I think is right. Right this second, that would be giving Lise the chance to laugh. It wasn't the start of a breakup, but my letter was probably going to hurt Ari. However, I couldn't lie to her. With the last shred of honesty left in me, I had to tell her the truth in my letter. In the stillness of the morning, my eyes opened by themselves. There was absolute quiet in the room, and the cold air caressed my face. I hadn't yet posted the letter to Ari that I'd written yesterday, of course. There was still time to undo things. I heard a voice inside me say that. But it was already too late for me. Do what you think is right. That was indeed what Ari had said in her letter. No matter what that may be. Those words would become my excuse.
朝からなんて顔してるの?
It's too early for that kind of face, Shirley. Morning.
おはよう。質問の答えは?
Morning. You haven't answered my question. I haven't looked in the mirror, so I don't know. Dear Ari, I fell in love with a younger woman that can sing. Ooh, yeah, because Ari's kind of self-conscious about her inability to sing. Ari's kind of self-conscious about her lack of musical ability. So yeah, that would hurt her even more, actually. Fell in love with a younger woman. Dear Ari, I fell in love with a younger woman. Fucker, we're barely out of high school. What do you mean, younger woman? What do you mean, younger woman? I'm 20 years old. How are you getting younger? Why are you going younger than that? Creep? You know what, Ari? You might be dodging a bullet with this one. I haven't looked in the mirror, so I don't know. Forney descended gently next to my pillow and stared at me.
もう決めたんでしょ？なら今さらくよくよしたってしょうがないじゃない。
Like 6 months. You've made up your mind, haven't you? No point fretting about it now. I know. I told Forney everything yesterday. I couldn't hide it anymore, and when classes started next year, Lise would probably come over quite often. I told her about that, and about Ari too. Forney liked Torta and Ari, so I'd expected to get a real scolding from her. But Forney had said the same thing that Ari did in her letter.
クリスが正しいと思うことをすればいいんじゃない？
Just do what you think is right, Chris. She'd said that with a sad smile.
で、その後は？
Okay, now what? Now? I haven't thought about that. It's a day off, so I was going to just relax.
ひどいよ、クリス。
What? You're such a meanie, Chris. What do you mean?
結局昨日歌わせてくれなかったじゃない。リセが来ている時は我慢してたし、その後も帰ってきたら話し込んじゃってさ。
I didn't get to sing at all yesterday, did I? First Lise came over, then we had that long talk after she left. Sorry. Forney continued her tirade, but I knew that Forney wasn't really mad at me. It was still fresh in my mind how serious she'd looked as she listened. Perhaps this was Forney's way of cheering me up. And to be honest, her words actually made me feel better.
謝るんじゃなくてさ、ほら、なんか言うことがあるんじゃない？
Don't apologize. Good grief, isn't there something you should be saying? What?
まだ寝ぼけてるの？
You're still asleep, aren't you? Maybe. I have no idea what you're getting at. Playing dumb, I hammed up my confusion. Really? That's not going to wake me up.
歌わせてよ。
I want to sing! Well, no one... Who's stopping you, girl? Who's stopping you, lady? Go ahead and sing. So that's it.
そんなことって、クリスにとってはそんなことかもしれないけど。
Yes, that! It may not mean much to you, Chris, but... I'm sorry. What I meant was, I don't mind if that's all it is.
本当に？
Really? Are you doubting me? Yes.
だって、いつも日曜の夜に歌ってたじゃない。それが昨日だけないんだもん。
Well, I always sing on Sunday nights, right? That was yesterday. Forney sounded quite serious, unexpectedly so. I'll be honest. I kinda side with her. I get where she's coming from. I absolutely get where she's coming from. I do this thing on this day. And now I don't get to do... And then this day has come and passed, but I didn't do this thing. In my case, it's the tism. It's that touch of the tism. You know, when I've got a schedule, and that schedule gets thrown off, man, I hate it. She wasn't just cheering me up. Perhaps this was how she really felt. True. For no apparent reason, I thought of Ari. For now, I was all that Forney had. All she could do was look outside the window the whole day, or sing by herself. And everything else depended on my actions. She could sing along if I played the fortell, and because I invited her, she was able to go outside. Perhaps I've underestimated just how important that was to Forney. Sorry. How about we spend the whole day doing ensembles?
Honto?
Huh? Really? Whenever you're ready. I don't have anyone to practice with now anyway.
いたらしないつもりだったの?
If you did, you wouldn't play for me? Nah, even if I did, I'd still play for you.
ならよろしい.
Good boy. Thank you.
何真面目な顔でそんなこと言ってるのよ.
Should put her in his pocket and take her to school? I feel like that I would have, I feel like there'd be problems with that. I feel like there'd be risks with that. Why did you say that so seriously? Do you want me to make it a joke instead?
違うけど?
No, but... Anyway, I'll just post the letter real quick. Wait here. Okay.
Ah. なんか久しぶり.
Phew, it's been a while. Was that sarcasm? We're just one day later than usual.
そう、嫌味のつもり。私のことなんか忘れちゃってる。クリスへのね。
Yes, that was sarcasm. Directed at the boy who forgot all about me. Okay, ready?
Hi!
Ready! I've been playing nothing but Lisei's song recently, but my fingers surprised me with how smoothly they moved. The first few chords sounded beautiful. Perhaps Grave's lectures were having some effect. I didn't like to admit it, but he had real talent, as well as the ability to instruct others. As always, Forney took the music into herself, and overlaid it with her voice. Despite her small body, her voice was as loud as any human's, and she produced beautiful notes that were so clear they seemed to bypass your ears and hit you directly. They think he was crazy, because he'd be talking to himself. I mean, that would probably wouldn't be a problem. I'd be more worried about, like, would she be okay? An entire day away from this building? The gentle motion of her wings reflected the song's rhythm. The sounds were with her, and the song expressed itself from within her. Many things had happened last week, and the ensemble with Lise hadn't gone as planned. It had been a long time since I felt this close to music. In the middle of all that, I thought of Forney and Lise. Hey! What happened?
クリス、今別のこと考えてたでしょ。
Chris, your mind was somewhere else, right? She'd stopped so suddenly, both my brain and my body froze up and didn't work for a while. What?
さっきまでいい調子だったのに、今いきなり音が乱れたの。
Them kids are pretty wonky, or pretty judgy. We were doing so well, and then your sound went all wonky. Oh, did it?
他のこと考えてたでしょ。
You were thinking of something else, weren't you? No. Well, it happens sometimes.
なんか気に入らない。
I don't like this. Okay, I admit it. I'm sorry. I apologized frankly, and instead of getting angry, Forney muttered something with an almost sheepish look.
謝らないでよ。
Don't apologize. Why not?
私のわがままじゃない。
I was just being selfish. What are you saying?
だから、
I said, Forney. I tried to sound as gentle as possible. You dummy.
何よ。
What? You dummy is what I said. Even I knew that my face had broken into a smile. I poked her forehead with the tip of my finger, which almost made her fall over.
バカはクリスじゃない。
You're the big dummy, Chris. Uh-huh, sure.
言い返せ
Say it! Nuh-uh.
バカ
Dummy. Yeah, dummy.
あ、私に言ったな。
That was for me. That was for both of us. Why, you... Come on, let's forget about that and go back to practicing. I won't think about anything else.
本当
Really? Yes, I promise.
になら、いいか。
Well, I guess that's fine. Thanks. I lightly rubbed her fluttering wings, then turned to face the Fortell once more. Usually, the days before the New Year were supposed to pass by uneventfully. But this year, things would get a little noisy, it seemed. With the songs of a tiny fairy, whom I'd have to part with in a few months. With the sounds of my beloved Fortell, played however I wanted. That was my way of making amends, perhaps. When Lise wasn't around, I wanted to do something for other people with my time. Right now, I was only able to do something for Forney, and not Ari, who deserves my apology most of all. Perhaps such amends had no meaning at all. But I believe that they did, and continued playing the Fortell for Forney's sake. What little time I had left would be offered to this musical fairy. Without any fanfare, the new year had already begun when I awoke. I had no errands to run, so I was about to go back to sleep when I saw Forney standing on the other side of my pillow.
おはよ
Morning! Kinda want to hear Lise play the Fortell. Morning.
う。今日は何の日でしょう。
And what day is it today? Why, it's Christmas Day, sir! It's New Year's. Good night.
その通り。今日は新しい年の、って、にゃ
That's right. Today's the start of... Hey! Still sleepy. I peeked at the clock before my eyes closed. It wasn't even noon yet. I could have gotten up, but I didn't have a reason not to go back to sleep.
後でひどいよ。
You'll be sorry. Oh, I'm so scared.
とりあえず、目ぐらい開けてよ。
Anyway, open your eyes at least. Why?
話をするときは人の目を見なさいって言われたでしょ？
Weren't you taught to look at a person when they're speaking to you? Technically, Forney wasn't a person, but it would be unkind to tease her like that. Yes, you're absolutely right.
よろしい。
That's better. But I don't have any errands to run today.
どこにも？
None at all? There may have been plenty of people being rowdy yesterday, but I'm sure there'll be some today as well.
買い物は？
What about shopping? I did it all last year, remember?
暇なの？
So you're totally free. I want to spend my day in peace and quiet.
じゃあさ、歌おうか。
Well then, let's sing! You've been singing every day, haven't you? Let's take today off.
はあ、約束が違う。
That's not what you promised. What about last year's promise?
いや、
What? Kidding. But I'm sleepy, so let's do it tonight. Besides, it's Sunday. Sunday nights are our usual time, right?
それじゃいつも通りじゃない。
But today isn't like any other day. There's nothing wrong with the usual way. Today is Sunday. New Year's or not, that's another issue.
夕方から？
At night then? Yes.
絶対に？
Definitely? Definitely.
ケチ。
Meanie. That's right.
否定くらいしてよ。
You're supposed to deny it. If I did, you'd make me play the foretell, right?
おお、その手があったか。
Oh, so that's an option. You didn't notice. Anyway, that's how it is, so just wait until nighttime.
もう、仕方ないか。
So be it. Thanks. Now, good night.
おやすみ。
Good night. Good night. I closed my eyes for a while, but I kept hearing the sound of Forney moving her legs restlessly next to my pillow. Just as I was about to doze off, Forney started singing a beautiful melody. It was a song I'd heard before, perhaps. It made me feel extremely nostalgic. Something I'd heard somewhere. But maybe not. Somewhere between dreams and reality, I was drifting along on gentle waves, and then I was fast asleep. Forney? Right after I opened my eyes, I called out to Forney thinking she'd be in the same place. And after a while, I finally got a response.
はいはい、ちょっと待ってね。
Yes, just a sec. From the desk, Forney glided across the short distance to the bed and landed gently.
おはよう。
Morning! What are you talking about? The morning is long gone.
知ってるって。
I know that! Keep your shirt on. Well then, shall we do our ensemble?
あ、ごまかそうとしてるでしょ。
You're trying to cover up, aren't you? Of course. Ugh! What about the... Aren't you supposed to get... What about the letter? From Ari. Before our ensemble, I realized I'd gone outside. I wasn't expecting anything, but my body was on autopilot as I opened the mailbox. But there was a familiar envelope inside. I took it out and looked for the sender. Arietta Fine. That handwriting, which I knew so well, made my heart ache.
Mo, どこ行ってたのよ。何も言わずにいきなり出てくから、びっくりしちゃったじゃない。
Goodness, where were you? You scared me going out all of a sudden like that, without saying anything. Forney was being kind, perhaps, by doing her best not to mention the letter. But no matter how much I tried to forget, there was no doubt that it was in my hands now.
それ、あるからの手紙？
Is that Ari's letter? Yeah.
なら、ちょっと消えてるね。
Then I'll disappear for a while, okay? Without waiting for my response, Forney vanished. Forney! Without that talkative fairy, the room seemed incredibly empty. Perhaps it was the guilt and anxiety that made me afraid of being alone.
早く読みなさいよ。待ってるんだから。
Go on, read it, I'm waiting! Gah!
朝からずっと待ってるんだからね。
I've been waiting since morning, you know? Ah, okay. Got it.
よろしい。
Good boy. Forney. She'd reappeared to scold me, I bet. Though it was also kind of her to let me be alone. I promised myself that Forney would have her ensemble right after I'd read the letter. I was probably the one who wanted that more eagerly.
クリス、この前の手紙、読みました。
Dear Chris, I've read your last letter.
とりあえず言えることは、本当のことを書いてくれて、ありがとう。
All I can say
そ
for
れだ
now...
けです。
All I can say for now is, thank you for telling me the truth.
もしクリスが優しい言葉で嘘をついたら、私はバカだからきっと信じてあなたを待ってしまったかもしれません。
If you had lied to me, Chris, I would have believed it and waited for you like a fool, because that's how I am.
これは全然嫌味でも何でもなくて本当の気持ち。
I'm not being sarcastic. That's how I really feel.
嘘の優しさは相手を傷つけるだけだってクリスもちゃんと知ってたんだね。
Lies only hurt others. I'm sure you knew that, Chris.
だからこそ私はクリスとのことをきちんと受け入れ、こうして手紙を書くことができました。
It's for that reason that I accepted things and was able to write this letter to you.
別れは辛いことだけど、それもすぐに忘れられるから。
It's hard to say goodbye, but we will forget soon enough.
クリスは早く私のことを忘れてください。
Chris, please forget about me.
私もすぐに忘れるように努力するから。
I'll do my best to forget you too.
だからクリス、
And please,
あなたはあなたの正しいと思うことをしてください。
do what you think is right.
アリエッタ。
Love, Arietta. Well, damn! She took that surprisingly well. I mean, how can you forget when Torta looks just like her? Man, Torta's gonna kill us! She's gonna be furious. I placed the letter back in its envelope and put it in the drawer. It's just a little bit of dry skin this time, Uncle Buck. Like, it wasn't a scab. It was literally just a piece of dry skin. I wouldn't be writing a reply to that letter, I suppose. Ari probably wasn't expecting one, nor did I have anything else to say. Chris, please forget about me. I'll do my best to forget you too.
終わった?なら歌を歌おうよ。もうどれだけ歌えるかわからないんだしさ。
Done? Then let's sing. I don't know how much time we'll have for that, you know. I was suddenly brought back to reality by that bright voice. What did you say?
終わりの時は必ず来るんだよ。
The end will come someday, for sure.
なら、その時まで楽しく歌っていたいと思うじゃない?
That's why I want to enjoy our songs while I can. Forney, what are you going to do after all of this?
これからって?
Huh? You mean now? After I leave this place.
さあ、何も変わらないんじゃない?
Who knows? Nothing will change, I guess? Will you still be here?
そうじゃないかもしれないし、そうかもしれない。
Maybe, maybe not. That's vague. Forney laughed again, then she spoke in a song-like voice.
その時が来れば、わかるよ。
When the time comes, you'll see. Alright, Dan, sadly I do have to stop here for today. So I guess it will be... Well, not next week, because next week I am going to play another game. Like I said, it will just be a one-off game. And then we'll get back to this. Maybe next time we play this, we'll finish this route? I will say, there are certain scenes that feel like they go a little bit long. Yeah, like, it does feel like there's bits that could be, like, cut out to make it a little bit, I don't know, a little bit smoother a narrative. Did you ever notice Colonial or Colonel Sanders on the wall back there? I hadn't really noticed how much it looks like Colonel Sanders. Anyway, yeah, so next week, one-off game. I hope people will enjoy that one. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow. So good night, everybody.